Weekend crash that took the life of a young mother, what he's charged with, and what we know from the victim's great aunt, the city's former mayor.
Plus, a man is killed in another crash in Port Arthur. Head-on collision on the bridge leading to Pleasure Island, the scene that had traffic backed up for hours this weekend.
And Hispanic Heritage Month kicks off with the annual Viva Beaumont Festival. A look at all the fun and action in downtown celebrating the importance of the culture. 12 News Daybreak starts now.
Good morning, Southeast Texas. Thanks for waking up with Daybreak on 12 News Plus. I'm Tia Johnson.
And I'm Mark Armstrong. It's 7:01. So let's go ahead and get a first look at your weather with meteorologist Jeff Gerber. And here's a live look outside from our Roofing 911 Live Skycam network, our favorite Skycam, as we look at Gator Country right there. Jeff, how's it looking out there for those Gators today?
Oh, they look like they're doing pretty good out there.
They do.
Yeah.
No problems out there. As we take a look at our day planner, expecting temperatures start off this morning. We have a mix of some 60s and 70s out there. We'll get up into the lower 90s. About a 20% chance of an isolated shower popping up as we head towards the afternoon. So not a big deal as far as some of those scattered showers around. Right now we're looking at temperatures in the middle to upper 60s in Beaumont and Orange, 67 in Beaumont, 69 in Orange. Jasper showing about 68. Everywhere else some lower 70s, from 71 in Woodville and Silsbee to 70 in Kirbyville to 73 right now in Port Arthur. And once again, another shot out towards Gator Country. Zoomed out a little bit. Not too many gators swimming around, but we saw those two big ones just a few minutes ago.
Thank you, Jeff. We're following tragic news in Beaumont about a deadly crash early Sunday morning. A 47-year-old man has been charged with intoxication manslaughter after police say he crashed into a car, killing a 19-year-old mother. It happened around 1 a.m. in the 3000 block of Washington Boulevard.
Yeah, we have learned that the victim, Jasmine Baptiste, is the great niece of former Beaumont Mayor Robin Mouton. And she tells us that Jasmine, she was on her way back to pick up her 3-year-old son after spending the night with her family. Now, Mouton says that she got the call around 1:15 yesterday morning asking for family to identify Baptiste. EMS responded, but Jasmine was pronounced dead at the scene. A memorial is growing along Washington Boulevard in her honor. And police say that the suspect, LeJonara Stevenson, appeared to be intoxicated at the scene, and he was placed under arrest. Now, he was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries, but this morning he sits in the Jefferson County Jail charged with intoxication manslaughter. For now, a bond has not been set. Now, we'll keep you updated as we learn more. And we're also following another deadly crash over the weekend, this time out of Port Arthur.
Deputy Fire Chief Antonio Mitchell tells us a man died Sunday after a head-on collision on the MLK Bridge going toward Pleasure Island. He says the driver of the other car was taken to a nearby hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The bridge was closed for about 3 hours as crews cleaned up the wreckage. Our 12 News crew at the scene says it happened at the very top of the bridge. Of course, we'll keep you updated as soon as the victim is identified.
And a celebration in downtown Beaumont drew in crowds Sunday to celebrate the start of Hispanic Heritage Month. The city kicking things off by hosting its 4th annual Viva Beaumont Hispanic Heritage Festival. And that event closed off Main Street to make way for all the fun and the celebration of our local Hispanic heritage.
It was an afternoon filled with food trucks, live music, dancing, and even lucha libre wrestling. But performers and participants alike say it's about more than just the food and music. 12 News reporter Spencer Plato explains.
The month in itself is just to remember our traditions and where we come from.
From the music to the food to the activities, all to kick off Hispanic Heritage Month.
We come out just to celebrate our tradition, mariachi, and just give people a sound of what mariachi sounds like here.
Mariachi performer Christian Morales has come out for the past 2 years. He says it's a way to share culture with the whole community.
Thoroughly enjoy it. I have a great passion of music, and I like showing people our passion.
For Mexican Heritage alumni dancer Rachel Broussard, the event runs deeper.
I take pride and being Hispanic, and I celebrate throughout the whole year. It's not just a month for me, it's my life.
This year marks the 4th year for Viva Beaumont. Emily Wheeler with the city says it's a great way to show support.
The City of Beaumont focuses on celebrating all parts of our community. We do festivals throughout the year that celebrate different aspects of what make this community great, and so this is just one of those opportunities to come celebrate with your neighbors.
Morales says he enjoys playing at Viva Beaumont. It's the music that brings the community together.
It's a really fun event to come to and just listen and experience some of the traditions and traits of Hispanics, and not even just Hispanics, Cubans, and from all over the place as well.
And Hispanic Heritage Month officially kicks off today. 12 News will have special coverage through October 15th, so make sure you stay with us all throughout the month as we celebrate your stories and culture in the Golden Triangle.
Well, this weekend, the 2025 Golden Triangle Gospel Music Honors celebrated musicians in Southeast Texas. 10 honorees, they received awards at St. James Methodist Church in Beaumont, and Larry Robinson, the founder of the program, tells us that it was created 30 years ago, and this is the 5th year that it was brought here to Southeast Texas. He says the event honors local residents for their contributions to preserving the message and presentation of gospel music, and 165 people showed up to celebrate.
I've seen pastors' anniversaries, ushers' annual, but they rarely had anything for singers and musicians. And if truth be told, the church is 90% of your service is going to be music. And so I thought, well, why don't we do something to honor the musicians and the singers in the area?
And you see right there our 12 News anchor, Claudia Rhodes. She was one of the 10 people chosen by the audience to be honored at next year's event. So congratulations to everyone involved in this year's celebration.
Across Texas now, where after several failed attempts in the legislature, Governor Abbott is imposing new THC rules by executive order. And it's already facing pushback from Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick. In a statement over the weekend, he said, quote, "The governor's executive order, intentionally or not, has sent a signal to the THC industry that they have a state seal of approval on the current THC market." Meanwhile, Governor Abbott says he can't allow the status quo to continue.
We want to make sure we do everything we can to protect our kids. Trying to do as much as possible to get dangerous products off of the market, while at the same time not going beyond the bounds of the legal authority that would exist by a regulatory agency.
The executive order bans the sale of hemp products to those under 21, requires stores to be a certain distance away from schools, and mandates they test and label their products.
All right, at 7:08, call it a high-tech hall pass for students. A school in Dallas now has an innovative new way to keep track of students who need to leave the classroom early. Lacey Beasley explains.
Safety is a big concern.
Every year, Principal Candace Ruiz strives to find innovative ways to keep her students safe.
Good morning, good morning.
And a program called Securely could be the most high-tech hall pass you've ever seen. It assigns students a designated bathroom and then gives them a timer.
You just have to say, "Miss Dowdy, can I use the restroom?" and then she would say, "Put the e-hall pass in."
Isabella Maldonado is an 8th grader. She tells me there were distractions in the hallways in past years.
You see a lot of people in the hallways roaming around making loud noises.
She shows me how students request hall passes online, click on the teacher's name, and then their assigned bathroom, or nurse's office, or library, if that's where they're going. On the admin side,
The student has asked to use the restroom, and it is sitting here to be approved.
teachers approve the hall pass, and then the countdown starts. If a student takes longer than 10 minutes, screens turn yellow, and teachers or administrators will check on them.
You just went to get your water?
Yeah, and to the bathroom.
Okay, you may go back. Thank you, sir. Thank you for using your e-hall pass. Now I know where all our kids are. Our students don't have their cell phones. They can't meet up in the restroom. All these systems are making sure that our focus is always on kids learning.
It would be safe when we're having drills or like evacuation, so like the administrators know where you're at.
Robert T. Hill Junior High also has other safety measures in place. As students enter the school, they must lock up their phones in yonder pouches like these. Have teachers search their bags, walk through a metal detector, and sometimes get wanded. But even with those locked cell phone pouches, some students find a way.
If it's been vandalized, I do pick them up.
Is that students trying to claw their way in?
Mm-hmm. That's exactly what he's did.
Overall, it's innovative measures like these that aim to keep schools safe.
Having Yonder and having eHall Pass has helped keep our schools safe, especially since our kids do not have their cell phones. It helps us still keep track on where they're at.
All right, coming up next in our third hour here on Daybreak on 12 News Plus, it's called the silent killer. And nearly half of adults in the U.S. have it without knowing what you need to watch out for when it comes to high blood pressure. And still ahead, that's a wrap on the 7th Annual Emmy Awards. The big winners from last night ahead on your trending news. Your time is now 7:10.
We begin with breaking news in Port Neches.
Firefighters continue attacking the flames from the air.
We're working to learn more about a police chase.
We'll give you a live look at the scene tonight. Our crew there.
A chase in Port Neches turned into a standoff.
So we're working to get you more information.
We're going to keep you updated on air and online as we learn more.
Stream extended coverage on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
I wouldn't say that I was like a partier, but I would say that I was a social butterfly. So we would just always drink. That night, I went through a red light and I T-boned another vehicle. And I just remember thinking like, oh no. Right after the DWI, I lost my license and I did 30 days in jail. I could have killed him because I decided to be reckless. I have a ton of regrets. I'm Katie. 5 years ago, I got a DWI and I'm still paying for it every day.
As tropical activity picks up in the Gulf, 12 News is your hurricane headquarters. Get prepared before a storm hits. Watch the 12 News Hurricane Special, streaming on 12 News Plus. From the must-haves in your supply kit to the evacuation routes you'll need to take, plus safety tips and how you can protect yourself from storm scammers. The 12 News Hurricane Special, keeping you prepared. Sponsored by Entergy. We power life.
As Texans, we have many reasons to be proud of the Lone Star State. Showing our pride by saying, don't mess with Texas, means we gotta step up, walk the walk. Do our part to keep Texas clean. Because after all these years, all these miles, all these traditions, for all us Texans, don't mess with Texas means don't litter.
I'm Chief Meteorologist Patrick Vaughn here with one of the most important hurricane tips, having an evacuation plan. First, gather food, water, and medicine before storing it in an emergency kit. Plan well in advance where you're going, how you'll get there, and if you'll need to transport any pets, small children, or the elderly. For more hurricane tips, go to 12newsnow.com/hurricane.
Sponsored by Entergy. We power life.
In your health news this morning, nearly half of U.S. adults have high blood pressure and many don't even know it. Mandy Gaither explains why early detection could save lives.
In the U.S., nearly half of all adults have higher than normal blood pressure, but many may not know it. 130/80 millimeters of mercury and higher is considered stage 1 hypertension, according to new guidelines from the American Heart Association and the American College of Cardiology.
You got to start thinking about people actually having hypertension, calling it hypertension, even at lower numbers, and we have to treat it more aggressively.
High blood pressure doesn't typically have symptoms, but when it shoots up, the force of your blood pushes against the walls of your blood vessels, making your heart work harder. Without treatment, high blood pressure will eventually damage arteries, raising risk of heart attack or stroke. The new guidelines say if your systolic blood pressure is in the 130 to 139 range, lifestyle changes are in order.
Diet and exercise and really cutting back salt. And a big one that they're saying, no alcohol.
If that doesn't work, experts say to then consider medication to help lower blood pressure. The new guidelines say keeping blood pressure at normal levels can not only help heart health, but also help protect your brain in the future.
There was a study out of rural China, actually, and it looked at people who had blood pressure of 130 or higher, and they were basically intensively controlled, meaning through lifestyle changes or sometimes through medications, they were able to bring their blood pressure down. And they found that when they did that, they also lowered their risk of dementia.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
7:15 on this Monday morning, and we have some clouds in the sky out there, but nothing as far as any rain or anything like that. Partly to mostly cloudy skies to start off on this Monday as we go up towards Pervalis on our Roofing 911 live Skycam network from Jasper there. Looking at sun coming up over the horizon there. Not a bad sunrise there on top of Jasper. Temperatures right now, Jasper is one of the cooler spots at 68. Then we drop to 67 in Beaumont, 69 in Orange, and then lower 70s in Port Arthur at 73. Silsbee's at 71, as well as Woodville and Kirbyville, currently showing 70. As we look at satellite, not much going on, but a few clouds here and there across southeast Texas, and we're seeing a few isolated showers trying to work their way in towards the coast just north of Corpus Christi there. But overall, pretty quiet forecast out there for this morning. Temperatures rising up into the lower to middle 80s by 10 o'clock, around 90 at lunchtime, and then through the afternoon, can't rule out a spotty shower. We'll go 20% today, so there might be a few here and there, but that's about it. We'll be in the lower 90s and then 80s through most of your evening, 70s through the overnight, with I think maybe a few 60s up towards the lakes area as we start off on your Tuesday. So about where we are this morning, tomorrow morning. As we look out in the Atlantic, there's this area of disturbed weather that the Hurricane Center is watching. They say over the next 48 hours, about a 40% chance of development over the next 7 days, though, an 80% chance of development. And this looks like it's going to stay out in the open Atlantic. At least that's what computer models are indicating right now. So we'll go with that. Of course, it could change. We'll be watching it. But at this point, I think a very, very low threat for this making it into the Gulf, since it's going to take such a northerly track. Our forecast for today, partly cloudy, 10-20% chance of a couple of showers. Temperatures right there around 90. And then for tonight, temperatures back down into the lower 70s, some upper 60s as well, with just some light and variable winds. As we look at our 7-day forecast, pretty steady temperature-wise. We're right there around 91 to 93. And then morning lows are going to be steady as well, 71 to 73. So I won't see much of fluctuation there between the highs and lows. Now, rain chances stay pretty steady as well, 20-30% through the next 5 days through Friday. So you might catch a shower here or there. Looks like Saturday and Sunday will be dry. So hopefully you'll get a few showers at your house sometime during the week. Won't be a lot of them out there, but this morning's pretty nice. We have a few clouds, nice and cool. Good morning to grab a big old bowl of pasta and just dig on in. Go
I already did,
yeah.
And it was a great morning to do it. That's why you jealous.
The things our viewers would never know about unless we just brought
That's
it
what
up.
I'm saying. I ate a bowl of spaghetti during my break.
Well, if you're actually curious about the weather, just a reminder, you can download our app at any time to get the latest on the weather. You can check the radar by going to the radar tab in the app. All right, it's 7:18, time for some trending news. And if you love college football and you love Chipotle, today's the day to grab your favorite burrito.
Maybe just for the Chipotle.
Yeah, no, do you have to love college football to get a burrito?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, okay.
Well, today only you can score a buy one, get one free entree. That's how they get you. You got to buy one, though. Mm-hmm. And this is when you wear any college football jersey after 5 p.m. The deal is part of Chipotle's Wear Your College Football Jersey promotion. The special is limited to 5 free menu items per check while supplies last, and you have to order inside the restaurant. It comes after Chipotle announced the return of its popular carne asada, which is also available for a limited time. Anybody got a jersey I can borrow, Jeff, since you all in my business?
No.
Now, I was going to say, in order to achieve this, step 1, buy a $100 jersey. Step 2, go down to Chipotle, get a burrito. And step 3, you get a free burrito to go with it.
That's true, unless you already have one. You know, some people they already got the swag. I got to borrow somebody.
Yes.
Well, a common garden snail in New Zealand is going viral for an unfortunate reason.
Yeah, Ned the snail has an anatomical problem that makes mating nearly impossible. This sounds weird.
Yeah.
So the woman who found him is trying to help him with his love life. Ned's shell coils to the left, not the right, meaning that he can't mate unless there's another lefty around.
No.
Giselle Clarkson found him in her garden, and get this, she launched a campaign to find him a match. So far, Ned's DMs, they've been empty, except for people sending him encouragement. Keep on trying, buddy. But until his perfect match is found, he he is living in a tank in Clarkson's living room. Man, it's going to be so lonely for that lefty there.
Well, then he could have been out
Finding
doing his own thing, and now he in her tank.
He's probably not even thinking about it. He's just like, why am I here?
Yeah, I guess so.
All right. Moving along, Taylor Swift and Selena Gomez now each have a new title.
Both pop stars are now technically billionaires.
Wow.
They earned the title with record-breaking tours, beauty products, and entertainment ventures, and they're breaking barriers as well. According to the Wall Street Journal, there are 1,135 billionaires in the U.S., and about 86% of them are men. That means just 150 are women. Forbes estimates Swift's net worth to be $1.6 billion, and Bloomberg estimates Gomez to have a net worth of $1.3 billion. I did not think that Selena Gomez was worth that much.
I was surprised by that as well, I have to say, and I don't even consider her a pop star anymore. I know that she acts and whatnot, but apparently she's had some sort of beauty line or something like that that has really kind of gained popularity over the years. So, what an entrepreneur.
Shout out to her. Well, last night was the primetime television's night to shine.
Yeah, Hollywood heavy hitters, they packed into the Peacock Theater in LA for the 77th Annual Emmy Awards, and here's ABC's Morgan Norwood.
The studio's Seth Rogen kicking things off with the first award for actor in a comedy series.
I still could not wrap my head around this happening, that I literally prepared nothing. I've never won anything in my life.
And then he just kept doing it again and again and again, with the studio handing him his first 4 Emmys, the show winning a record 12.
I'm legitimately embarrassed by how happy this makes me.
Jean Smart winning the Emmy for actress in a comedy for Hacks. Host Nate Bargatze announcing a novel way to keep the acceptance speeches short and sweet.
I am going to donate $100,000 to the Boys and Girls Club of America. Every second you go over 45 seconds, we will deduct $1,000 away from the Boys and Girls Club.
Other top prizes went to Noah Wiley for lead actor in a drama series for The Pit, and Britt Lower for actress in Severance, with The Pit winning Outstanding Drama Series. John Oliver winning scripted variety series.
That's got to be enough. Nate Bargatze, that is a lot of money for you. And you can add a to the swear jar as well. Thank you. Goodbye.
And I guess you're allowed to curse on TV now.
After 33 nominations, Stephen Colbert's Late Show won its first 2 Emmys, 2 months after CBS announced the show's cancellation. Making Emmys history, 15-year-old Owen Cooper.
It may have my name on this wall, but it really belongs to the people behind the camera. And
becoming the youngest male actor to win a Primetime Emmy for his role in Adolescence. Felicia Rashad paid a touching tribute to her Cosby Show TV son.
Malcolm Jamal Warner remains in our hearts.
And there was also a tribute to Golden Girls and its late stars, with Reba McEntire delivering the iconic line.
Thank you for being a friend.
Morgan Norwood, ABC News, New York.
And the time now, 7:23. Jeff Gerber will be back with that forecast.
This is a tornado on the ground.
And the roads are slippery.
We have a tropical storm warning.
Look at this water.
Street flooding in Beaumont.
It is going to get extremely cold.
The metal building blew away from a business. Staying safe behind the wheel is imperative.
Find a safe spot, move to an interior room.
Just make sure you're staying safe.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
The STEM fields are providing opportunity to be part of the developments that will shape the future, and the Army National Guard is at the forefront of the movement. Soldiers can serve part-time and choose from dozens of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics jobs, working with cutting-edge technology and innovations. And the skills and experience they receive can open doors for them to civilian careers in the STEM world. Join a team that is taking the lead in STEM by talking to a local recruiter or by going to nationalguard.com/careers.
409 Sports. To us, it's about so much more than a highlight, wins or losses.
It's the heart that makes up the game, the triumph of the human spirit.
It's agony and victory, diehards and day ones. It can divide or unify a community.
We give you the stats, but then we inspire you with the stories. The unpredictable, unforgettable, and incomparable.
We bring it to you all because sports lives in the 409.
No matter where we start,
Every mile brings us closer. And as Texans, we take care of each other along the way. We lend a hand, slow down, and take our time. At the end of the day, we all want to get home safe. Drive like a Texan. Kind, courteous, and safe.
I'm meteorologist Kerry Cooper here with another hurricane tip. Stay connected. Sign up for free emergency alerts from your local county and plan on to monitor the latest local weather and news at 12newsnow.com. Being aware of any new information will be invaluable. And finally, know the types of alerts you may receive. A watch means be prepared, while a warning means act. For more hurricane tips, go to 12newsnow.com/hurricane.
Sponsored by Entergy. We power life.
Bus stop this morning, not too bad out there. Temperatures into the lower 70s. Very warm at recess, 89. And then a couple isolated showers possible on the way home with temperatures in the lower 90s. Coastal marine forecast, southeasterly winds at 5 knots, seas around 2 feet. Only one high tide, and that was early this morning at 12:51 a.m. Our sunrise, it just came up at 7:01. Our sunsets tonight is about 7:21. Water temperatures into the upper 80s out in the Gulf. Look for mostly smooth conditions on the inland lakes and bays for today.
And coming up on Daybreak here on 12 News Plus, a Beaumont man is behind bars after a weekend crash that took the life of a young mother. What we know this morning from the victim's great aunt, Beaumont's former mayor.
Plus, the suspected shooter in Charlie Kirk's death is not cooperating with authorities. The added security being called for on social media and for politicians.
And toxic fumes on airplanes, the new report from the Wall Street Journal showing concern over the potential health consequences from exposure to toxic compounds. We'll be right back.
And the time right now is 7:27. We are taking a live look at the skies of downtown Beaumont. We will be right back on 12 News Plus.
Good morning, Southeast Texas. Thanks for joining us here on Daybreak on 12 News Plus. I'm Mark Armstrong.
And I'm Tia Johnson. The time now is 7:30, so let's take a look at your top stories this morning. A manhunt is underway for the person who shot and killed 3 people in Georgetown near Austin, including an 8-year-old girl. It happened at an apartment Saturday night. Officers say they found 3 people shot inside: Alonzo Hawkins, Donisha Brooks, and 11-year-old Olivia Brooks. Police say they have a person of interest who they think knew the victims.
And a Grand Prairie man is facing a felony assault charge after he was shot by police who mistakenly responded to a 911 call at the wrong house. Thomas Simpson, he thought his house was being robbed and he drew his gun when he saw someone outside. Now, he dropped that gun when he saw that it was police, but not before the officer fired a shot into his leg. He may now be charged with felony aggravated assault with a deadly weapon against a peace officer.
The CDC is warning about a potentially deadly disease that's spread by insects known as kissing bugs. It's called Chagas disease, and it typically spreads through bug feces. Texas is one of 8 states with reported cases. Symptoms include fever, eyelid swelling, vomiting, and body aches. If left untreated, doctors say it can cause serious health problems and even be deadly. Well, let's take a live look outside now from our Roofing 911 Skycam network, where meteorologist Jeff Gerber is standing by with our forecast. Jeff, some of us woke up on the wrong side of the bed. Does it have anything to do with the weather we're expecting?
I don't think it has anything to do with the weather.
It's just a little cranky, sleepy, perhaps?
You're just a little cranky, that's all.
Okay.
So
now we know.
Nothing out of the ordinary around here. Especially for a few of us. Temperatures right now into the 60s, upper 60s at that. 69 Kirbyville, 69 in Orange, 68 in Beaumont, and also 68 in Jasper. Lower 70s through Woodville and Silsbee, and lower 70s in Port Arthur. So not a bad start. Temperatures are a little bit on the mild side. Here's the sunshine up over Jasper as we look at partly cloudy skies this morning. This camera brought to you by Provalis, part of the Roofing 911 Live Skycam network. Actually, the cameras on the Provalis building there, looking down some of the streets of Jasper early this morning. Here's our day planner. We're starting off in the 70s. We'll be around 80 at 9 a.m. and then around 90 at noon before we kind of level out there around 91 to maybe 92 this afternoon. We'll put in a small coverage of rain for today. We're going 20%. So maybe a shower here or there popping up, but they won't be too many of them out there. So most of us probably won't see any rain. At least the heat won't be too bad. Like I said, we'll be in the lower 90s. The heat index would be in the middle to upper 90s for today. So not looking too bad for today. We'll continue to see these low end rain chances all the way through the work week. We'll have a complete 7-day forecast for you coming up in weather.
All right, Jeff, thank you. And we are following tragic news in Beaumont about a deadly crash early Sunday morning. A 47-year-old man, he has been charged with intoxication manslaughter after police say that he crashed into a car, killing a 19-year-old mother. Now, this all happened around 1 a.m. in the 3000 block of Washington Boulevard.
We've learned the victim, Jasmine Baptiste, is the great niece of former Beaumont Mayor Robin Mouton. She tells us Jasmine was on her way to pick up her 3-year-old son after spending the night watching a fight with her family. Mouton says she got a call around 1:15 yesterday asking for her family to identify Baptiste. EMS responded, but Jasmine was pronounced dead at the scene. A memorial is growing along Washington Boulevard in her honor. And police say the suspect, LaJanera Stevenson, appeared to be intoxicated at the scene and was placed under arrest. He was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries, and he's sitting in jail this morning, charged with intoxication manslaughter. For now, a bond has not been set. We'll keep you updated as we learn more. Russell, following another deadly crash over the weekend, this time in Port Arthur.
Yeah, Deputy Fire Chief Antonio Mitchell tells us that a man died Sunday after a head-on collision on the MLK Bridge going toward Pleasure Island. Now, he says that the driver of the other car was taken to a nearby hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The bridge, it was closed for about 3 hours as crews cleaned up that wreckage, and our 12 News crew at the scene says that it happened at the very top. Now, we'll keep you updated as soon as the victim is identified. To follow Jesus.
Across the nation, hundreds gathered at the Kennedy Center in the nation's capital last night to remember Charlie Kirk. It comes as the conservative activist accused killer could officially be charged sometime this week.
Yeah, officials saying that the 22-year-old suspect is not cooperating with investigators, and sources say that Tyler Robinson surrendered after his father recognized him in surveillance images and urged him to come forward. Authorities say that the shell casings that they recovered also contain messages. One reading, "Hey fascist, catch." another referencing an Italian anti-fascist folk song, Bella Ciao. Now, officials say that Robinson had no military experience, though. Several social media posts from his family show him posing with guns.
About 175 yards from the podium to the shooting location.
175 yards. And would you have to be a pretty proficient marksman to be able to make it given those conditions?
Given the environment, that type of shot is not easy.
And President Trump continues to claim that the left is responsible for the recent political violence, but other Republicans, they're striking a different tone.
Need to take the word radical and remove right or left, and radical coming from any direction is not good.
Now, Kirk's funeral, it is set for next Sunday outside of Phoenix. President Trump says that he's going to attend and he's going to posthumously award Kirk the Medal of Freedom.
Also, following the fallout from Kirk's death, has concerns over security mount across the country. While some are pushing for more regulation on social media, others are focusing on improving security for politicians. ABC's Allison Kosick explains.
This morning, in the wake of Charlie Kirk's death, sources say the Trump administration is asking Congress for $58 million to boost security for the executive and judicial branches. It's also supporting an increase in security for members of Congress.
I've been talking with a lot of them over the last few days about that and trying to calm the nerves, to assure them that we will make certain that everyone has the level of security that's necessary.
Some lawmakers now canceling events until they have a better handle on security. After Kirk's death, the spotlight is also turning to social media with bipartisan calls for reform. Utah's governor says he believes social media has played a direct role in every assassination and assassination attempt in recent years.
There is no question in my mind that cancer probably isn't a strong enough word. What we have done, especially to our kids, it took us a decade to realize how evil these algorithms are.
Many lawmakers demanding social media companies better regulate content specifically for children, pointing to the graphic videos of Kirk's killing shared online.
The ways in which folks are then taking the horrific images of these incidents and propagating them on the internet adds fuel to the fire. We can and should pass bills.
As for Kirk's organization, Turning Point USA, it's reportedly seeing a surge in interest from colleges and universities looking to start new chapters on their campuses. Allison Kosick, ABC News, New York.
And meanwhile, in the wake of Kirk's death, some Texas lawmakers want educators and public officials removed from their positions for criticizing him or publicly celebrating his assassination. Now, the Texas House and Senate, they are forming committees to review how colleges handle political comments, especially on social media. The panels will also examine existing laws and campus policies on political expression and bias.
Developing this morning, an investigation from the Wall Street Journal is raising concerns about the number of flights with toxic fumes on board and the potential health consequences. It details dozens of cases of people suffering from what are described as brain injuries because of exposure to these fumes. On most planes, air is pulled in from the outside through engines using a system known as bleed air. If seals are worn or degraded, certain lubricating oils can enter the air and vaporize in the heat, releasing toxic compounds. According to the Journal, over the last 20 years, a neurologist has treated about a dozen pilots and more than 100 flight attendants for injuries after alleged exposure to fumes.
We need manufacturers to be required to make airplanes that either have the filters or create a system where we're not using this bleed air as the means of recirculated air in the cabin.
Internal documents suggest this may be due to loosened maintenance rules in an effort to get planes back in the air. The FAA responding saying, quote, studies have shown cabin air is as good as or better than the air found in offices and homes. Meanwhile, a recent bipartisan bill proposed in Congress would require specialized filters on planes. Still ahead, it's time to announce our first Golden Apple Award recipient of the year. How Mrs. Sanders at Port Arthur Memorial is showing true dedication to her students. Plus, a woman's apartment in the Big Apple is going viral. How long it took her to make her space look like it came directly off the Titanic. It's now 7:40.
When industry news breaks, we're on the front lines, digging into the issue.
Lamar is working to protect Power City from hackers.
Filtering out rumors and giving you the facts direct from inside sources.
ExxonMobil and lawyers for the United Steelworkers.
Taking on the story from all sides.
The company filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection last year.
Southeast Texas is a power city, and we're bringing the power to you. 12 News, putting Southeast Texas first.
As Texans, we have many reasons to be proud of the Lone Star State. Showing our pride by saying, "Don't mess with Texas," means we gotta step up, walk the walk. Do our part to keep Texas clean. Because after all these years, all these miles, all these traditions, for all us Texans, "Don't mess with Texas" means don't litter.
It's hard to really come to terms with dementia. There are little things that you can't even begin to plan for that happen that you need the early diagnosis for. My mom has done so much for me. There's no way that I wouldn't do the same for her. It's so important to have the conversation with your doctor earlier because you just do not know what the future holds.
We begin with breaking news in Port Neches.
Firefighters continue attacking the flames from the air.
We're working to learn more about a police chase.
We'll give you a live look at the scene tonight. Our crew there.
A chase in Port Neches turned into a standoff.
So we're working to get you more information.
We're going to keep you updated on air and online as we learn more.
Stream extended coverage on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
I'm meteorologist Kerry Cooper here with another hurricane tip, evacuating correctly. If local authorities advise you to evacuate, do so immediately and without delay. Bring your emergency kit and be sure to follow evacuation routes. Do not try to take shortcuts because they may be blocked. Also remember to eat and get enough sleep for you to deal with whatever stress that may come your way. For more hurricane tips, go to 12newsnow.com/hurricane.
Sponsored by Entergy. We power life.
Welcome back. The Kilgore College Fire Academy has partnered with several fire departments in Orange County to bring a satellite program to Southeast Texas. Instructor Hunter Isabel tells us with this program, firefighters can get their Texas Commission Fire Protection certification. With that, they can apply for jobs after they become EMTs. He says it ensures the community is provided with well-trained first responders who answer 911 calls.
We're doing live fire training. I mean, that's part of being a firefighter. You got to be able to attack a fire, be able to do search and rescue, ventilation, place a ladder underneath the windowsill. So we're doing all kinds of things. Everything they've been taught the past few months, they're finally bringing it together.
He says this training will last until September 27th, and a second one will start in January.
Outside, we have partly cloudy skies, or you can say almost mostly cloudy skies as we look across Beaumont here with our Pack of the Parade camera. Currently showing middle 70s downtown. Roofing 911 Live Skycam Network as we look at the Jefferson County Courthouse. Showing humidity at 82% with a north wind at about 3 miles per hour. Temperature-wise, some upper 60s mixed in with a few lower 70s. More upper 60s than anything. 69 right now in Orange and Beaumont, officially out at the municipal airport. 69 in Kirbyville, 68 in Jasper. Then we're showing 71 through Woodville and also into Silsbee. 73 in Port Arthur down at the Jack Brooks Regional Airport. Have a few clouds along the coast of Texas. A couple of showers down, say, just north of Corpus Christi. But besides that, not much going on across the state for this morning. A little bit of high level cloudiness filtering out some of that sunshine this morning. We showed that on Skycam. Our futurecast takes us from the 70s to the 80s by mid-morning and then to around 90 by lunchtime. And you can see on futurecast trying to show a few spotty showers during the heat of the afternoon. We'll go 20% coverage today, so you probably won't see any rain at your house, but there might be a few people get a couple of downpours here and there. Overnight, we'll see temperatures dropping back down to the lower 70s with a mix of some upper 60s once again. So about like we're seeing this morning, kind of a mix of both of those. As we look out in the Atlantic, there's one area you can pretty clearly defined out there towards the central Atlantic. Nothing developed as of yet, but they're thinking that this is a really good chance of developing over the next 7 days into some type of tropical system. Right now they give it an 80% chance, and right now it looks like it's going to be continuing to kind of curve out into the open Atlantic. Won't be bothering the East Coast or the Gulf. At least that's what all the indications are right now with the computer models. Let's hope that holds true. We're not really too concerned about this out into the Gulf. Our forecast for today, partly cloudy, 20-30%, well, 10 to 20% chance of rain for today, with temperatures right there around 90. And then for tonight, we'll back off into the lower 70s, some upper 60s as well, with partly cloudy skies, light and variable winds. 7-day forecast continues that low end chance for rain through Friday, 20-30% maybe on Thursday, but not much. We'll see temperatures holding pretty steady, 91 to about 93, and then 71 to about 73 as far as high and low. Weekend looks dry, Saturday and Sunday both. We don't see any rain either one of those days, but it will be hot as we head towards both Saturday and Sunday. And now we've got another person eating pasta this morning. You having spaghetti? You're just eating general, I guess this is the morning. So.
And this is why we call you Grumpy Gerb. If you want some food, just say that.
You guys,
you can't even get it out.
For about a year or so, and I've never seen you both bring out bowls of pasta and started eating it during the show.
A year? I'll be here 2 years going on next month.
I'm talking about Pasta Boy.
Just been here so long, he can't keep up.
I've been here 14 years.
Your old co-anchor friends didn't
I've never seen both the anchors eating pasta on the same morning.
Now I tell you something, if we wasn't on air, just wait.
Hers smelled really good. Mine, it's cold, has olives. It's not that good, but it's healthy. So now you know all the details.
You looking at me, I'm looking at you.
Moving along here now. That was a good weather chat. In our 409 Sports Game of the Week, Beaumont United is going to head to Jasper for their final tune-up before district play. Now, two talented teams on one big stage. Kickoff is Friday night at 7:30 p.m. And voting is live now for our 12 News Band of the Week. So let us know if you think the Timberwolves or the Bulldogs band should take home bragging rights this week. Go to 12newsnow.com/band to vote. And the Golden Apple Award is back, and this is our opportunity to highlight someone in the education field putting Southeast Texas first.
Yep, today's recipient takes us to Port Arthur, where Mrs. Sanders is helping her students find their voice on and off camera.
All right, good job. So you always want to make sure that you have this.
Inspiring the next generation of creators.
All right, and you guys are ready to ask the girls their questions.
Kimberly Young Sanders has been a teacher at the Port Arthur Memorial High School CTE building for 9 years.
The football games. My students are responsible for making the commercial content that's shown on the live stream as well as on the Jumbotron. They control the cameras. We have commentators.
If you can't tell, she teaches the audio and video production class, but she's been in education for 17 years.
Teachers are foundational as far as the development of kids are concerned. So you want to ensure that kids have all the tools that they need to be successful in life.
That's why Mrs. Sanders is this year's first recipient of the Golden Apple Award.
Hey, Miss Sanders.
Hello.
You've been nominated as the 12 News Golden Apple Award recipient.
Well, thank you.
So your flowers and your plaque.
Wow, thank you.
Can y'all give her a round of applause?
Can I give you a hug?
So I know we caught you off guard, but how does it feel for someone in the community to nominate you for this?
Oh, wow, I'm totally honored. I didn't realize that people in the community was actually paying attention to what I do with the kids. So this is a delight, and I'm overjoyed. I have no words.
What would you like to say to the person that nominated you?
Thank you for recognizing the work that I do with the kids. My prayer is that when they graduate, or even as they're working as students here, that they're able to take what they learn and just do well, be successful in life.
She comes in every day full of energy, full of enthusiasm, ready to jump in there with her kids and give them all the knowledge that she has. So we are just grateful, thankful, blessed to have someone like Kimberly Sanders on our campus.
When asked why Mrs. Sanders should receive this award, the nominator said, "She is a hard-working ball of joy that goes out of her way to stay engaged with her students, even when they graduate." Congratulations, Mrs. Sanders.
And don't forget to send us your nominations for our Golden Apple Award. This can be a teacher or anyone in the field of education. Head to 12newsnow.com/goldenapple. All right, if you love a good old hamburger, today's the day to double up on one of America's favorite foods. I think Jeff might need that burger instead of pasta.
Yeah, absolutely. September 15th is National Double Cheeseburger Day. We could call it Jeff Gerber Cheeseburger Day. The hamburger first appeared in the 19th or early 20th century. No one's really for sure. And there's no doubt that it's become a culinary icon in the U.S. True story. Whenever I travel to anywhere else in the world, I always be sure to get a hamburger. Now, over the years, burgers have gotten bigger with essential added on ingredients like cheese and bacon to celebrate. Feel free to take it to the grill or share pictures from your favorite burger joint on social media. What do you love?
Now, Mark, why do we need to know that you always get a burger when you travel?
Yeah, because I'm not that exciting. If I go to like France or something, I'm just going to eat me a hamburger.
I thought you wanted to say you like them so much you wanted to see how different places make them.
America makes them the best. USA. All right, moving along. This morning we're getting a peek inside of an apartment that could almost pass for the Titanic.
A woman in New York has gone viral for a 6-month-long project, and you gotta respect the effort. Here's ABC's Danny New.
One woman's DIY apartment makeover has become the obsession of millions on TikTok.
How cute is this?
As she slowly spent the past 6 months transforming her New York home into...
Welcome aboard the Titanic.
You heard that right, the Titanic. Sarah Bowl here has had a passion for the ship since she first saw the movie in theaters at 11 years old.
I was just obsessed with all of it, with the fashion, with the tragedy of it all.
Where'd you find this rotary phone?
Amazon.
For a party in late March, she started decorating her home like the famed vessel of 1912.
Hi, Vito.
With help from her dog, Vito. And with so much encouragement from her growing TikTok following, Sarah felt she just had to keep going. One commenter writing, "If you charged admission, I would pay."
Titanic is kind of supposed to be like on a stage there, and that's before the tragedy happens.
Now her second bedroom depicts the shipwreck.
Icicles, everything's frozen.
While her guest bathroom emulates the ocean floor.
Its supremacy would never be challenged.
In fact, her living room is a copy of one of the dining rooms, which, personally, was hard to pass up.
Oh, Jack. Oh, Rose.
However, now Sarah says it's time for this all to come down.
Has it been like a full-time job for you?
Yeah, kind of.
But thanks to the demand of her followers, Sarah is not done yet. Next, she says she will be turning her home into the Wizard of Oz, only a little begrudgingly.
I like doing this for sure, but none of this was a plan.
Well, who better to honor Dorothy and Toto than Sarah and Vito?
For the record, I did ask Sarah how much money she spent on everything, and she said she truly doesn't know. I said, more than 1,000? She said, yes. And I said, more than 10,000. And she went, what do you think? In New York, for ABC News, I'm Danny New.
Well, that is some hard work and dedication to get your apartment to be that decked out. And your time now, 7:53. We are taking a look at orange on this frozen can, but you can still see it'll be a nice day today. Jeff Gerber will be back with your weather, and we'll have your morning rush out as well.
As tropical activity picks up in the Gulf, 12 News is your hurricane headquarters. Get prepared before a storm hits. Watch the 12 News Hurricane Special, streaming on 12 News Plus. From the must-haves in your supply kit to the evacuation routes you'll need to take, plus safety tips and how you can protect yourself from storm scammers. The 12 News Hurricane Special, keeping you prepared. Sponsored by Entergy. We power life.
No matter where we start, every mile brings us closer. And as Texans, we take care of each other along the way. We lend a hand, slow down, and take our time. At the end of the day, we all want to get home safe. Drive like a Texan. Kind, courteous, and safe.
The impact killed my dad and brother instantly. A man, after drinking excessively with his coworkers, ran a stop sign, T-boned my parents' Honda, and destroyed our family. He could have just said, hey, I'm not okay. There's Lyft, there's Uber, there's taxis. There's so many other options. Every day, someone else can be taken away.
The STEM fields are providing opportunity to be part of the developments that will shape the future, and the Army National Guard is at the forefront of the movement. Soldiers can serve part-time and choose from dozens of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics jobs, working with cutting-edge technology and innovations. And the skills and experience they receive can open doors for them to civilian careers in the STEM world. Join a team that is taking the lead in STEM by talking to a local recruiter or by going to nationalguard.com/careers.
I'm Chief Meteorologist Patrick Vaughn, here with some hurricane tips for protecting yourself against flooding. Take shelter in a designated storm shelter or an interior room and stay away from glass windows of doors. And if flooding begins, move to higher ground immediately. Never walk, swim, or drive through floodwaters. Remember, turn around, don't drown. For more hurricane tips, go to 12newsnow.com/hurricane.
Sponsored by Entergy.
Not a lot changed this week. At least we have rain coverages in our forecast, about 20-30% through the work week, so not too bad there. Hopefully you'll get a couple of showers to come over your lawn. Temperature's going to be generally in the lower 90s for highs and lower 70s for lows. This weekend looks dry, so if outdoor plans look fine, but it's going to be hot. Temperatures there in the lower 90s, so make sure you stay hydrated and take some breaks from time to time.
I would say bring an umbrella, but it looks more like sunglasses and sunblock.
Yeah, I think we'll see the partly to mostly cloudy skies today, but still overall not too much in the way of rain.
All right, thank you, Jeff. And thanks so much for watching Daybreak here on 12 News Plus.
Jeff and I will be back here for midday at 11.
Have a great day, everybody.